2 out of 4 heroes agree. Wagging your tail is a great way to show how excited you are.
Not so fast, Commander.
Ruh-roh.
If you're searching for the stone, you might want to look up.
Didn't we just blow up your ship? So, I never really put this together before, like, how crazy this is. But, there are fireballs coming down from those ships. Brevin's people...
Those airships
and
would ghost us from a mile away. Remember what happened to me in the valley?
they're literally bombing the city. The city just got bombed. They didn't make a big deal of it, otherwise they might have shown, like, little explosions where the fireballs were landing.
My one chance for re-election is gone!
Yeah, because your town just got bombed. Yeah, so welcome back to Freedom Planet, Mila mode. I took the break that I needed. Ready to give Mila a little bit more of a try.
Very good.
I looked up some stuff about Mila, and also was, some people in the comments kind of gave me some advice a little bit more about how to play her. There's a technique that I wasn't using that might be extremely useful, so I don't know. I think we can still salvage this Mila playthrough.
For 5% off selected brands.
5% off?
Aw, what the heck? Why don't I just invite you over to dinner? My treat.
You mean a royal feast? I am pretty hungry.
What about the stone?
That scoundrel.
That like wasn't the right place for a record scratch, though. I don't know. Record scratches are already kind of overused. That was like, I don't know, it wasn't really a record scratch moment to me. I get that it was like a non sequitur, it was interrupting the like celebration to say that the stone was stolen. Can't spell stolen without stone.
I'm sure you must be hungry, so have at it.
I really like these perturbed robots that serve sushi.
I love sushi. Me too.
And I gotta say, that has to be my least favorite part of the entire story, is them proclaiming that they love sushi. I don't know why it bothers me so much, it just
Ancient
does.
statue modeled after the dragons of the before time.
What's special about
They were from A Land Before Time by Don Bluth.
Someone like Lilac.
What's special?
Last time I talked a whole lot about Disney. I could talk a whole lot about Don Bluth. I just feel like most of the Don Bluth things are really, really good. And then there's things, like, related to them that are really bad. I don't know. There was a, what was it called? A troll in Central Park? That one's pretty bad. Is it a troll in Central Park or a gnome in Central Park? Whatever it is, that movie's pretty insufferable. And The Pebble and the Penguin, I think that one's pretty bad too. But, like, you got The Secret of Nim, you got, the first Land Before Time. The Land Before Time got, like, 12 sequels and a TV series, I think, but Don Bluth didn't directly work on any of them, so they don't really count. There is only one true Land Before Time movie.
Why did you take it? Why now?
Same thing with An American Tail. The first one is Don Bluth, and then I think there's like 3 sequels to that.
Well, that worked out.
That aren't by Don Bluth. I know some people have like a soft spot for Fievel Goes West.
I think it's deliberate, and I think we know who is responsible.
Personally, I don't like that movie very much, and I don't think I've ever seen either of the sequels. There's one that's like a Temple of Doom kind of story. I don't know. Secret of Nim is a great freaking movie, though.
Don't bore me with your lecture.
Yeah, so I guess these guys were like some kind of resistance challenging Brevin.
Unless you have something useful to say, the only thing that matters.
So I've decided that Brevin is a stag beetle. His eyebrows kind of create the same shape of like a stag beetle's like jaws, and he's got 2 little like mandibles underneath his mouth. And I can see him being kind of like insecty. Man, that didn't even just like chop his head off. That like disintegrated him.
Hello, sir. Have you beheaded the intruders yet?
What is it?
There's an incoming transmission from General Serpentine.
The full moon is out. Not a cloud in the sky.
That's code for I got the stone.
Upload the scans and get back here immediately.
Of course.
Do you think Serpentine really hates the song Get On Your Feet?
Contact the crash site and tell them to refit our warp drive. I want the artifact to fit like a glove.
As you wish, sir.
I mean, Serpentine has arms, but I'm pretty sure they're artificial. I'm pretty sure that's like a robot suit that gives him arms.
An alliance with Shang
we
Tsung?
found archaeological
Love
evidence of, like,
Oh, hey,
we've
back
seen, like,
there.
snake
Right
skeletons
about
from,
half
like,
dozen of your soldiers have
thousands and
just
thousands of years ago that actually
all good
had,
members together.
like,
Well, make 'em
hip
pretty
bones.
dresses.
So, I mean, I think snakes actually, like,
Excellency, we're a neutral
might have
party.
evolved
Send us to
from
speak on
things
your
that had
behalf.
limbs.
If he won't listen to the greatest ruler in all of Avalis, why would he listen to a bunch of kids?
Because these kids are the main characters.
Pretty please.
Just imagine how much people are going to love you for reuniting the three
Now, he
kingdoms
gets the
against
shiny
a common
eyes
enemy.
before Lilac
You'll
starts
be a
talking to him
hero.
about being a hero, so I have to assume that the shiny eyes started because Mila's just so darn
Now
cute.
that you mention it, I could use a few extra hands.
So you'll help us then?
What the heck?
I wonder, like, how squeaky that is to them, though, that, like,
To the airship!
to, like, see... So she walks on all fours, which is a thing that a dog does, but all animals in these are bipedal in this game. She, I think, runs on all fours because she was raised in the wild. So I don't know if that freaks people out or not, because I would get freaked out if I saw somebody just, like, walking around on all fours.
But of course,
She can clearly stand on 2
Equipped with
feet, but
everything you'll need
sometimes
for
she
it,
just goes
including
quadrupedal.
your luxurious living quarters.
Yeah, we never do get to enjoy those luxurious living quarters. Yeah, you know that they have, like, a sky battalion. You should probably have sent, like, a few more than one ship. Like, it should have been kind of like a military convoy, because these people are pretty important, but they weren't expecting to get jumped, of course. They were just planning on sending these guys straight to Shuigong. I really like this. This is also the theme it plays on the main menu, and I like this song a lot.
Oh, what kind of wish? Well, I really want to see my mommy and daddy again. Sounds like a good thing to wish for. We're gonna be going inside soon. You wanna come? Okay.
So, I think it was a Tanuki player, Robin, was saying they had a theory that Mila actually doesn't have parents and that she's another experiment, like she's a mutant, like a lot of the mutants in Brevant's army, and that's why, like, at the end she's gonna get turned into a big scary monster. But, I don't know, we'll see. So, okay, we are at the Sky Battalion level, another one of my favorite levels in the game, so we'll see how well that works with Mila. It's a lot of, this one's less speed focused and more platforming focused, but that works for me because I got a double jump here. Okay, so we got our bricks that we can still throw. We can throw bricks, we can do this shield and shoot it at things. Now let me try, yeah, this can, block projectiles. It should be able to reflect them too, but I guess reflecting it is just, like, stopping it against the laser itself. Like, it would have to be more of a, like, smaller attack, I think, for me to reflect it. And I also, what I just learned is that I can create a block. Here, let me get somewhere a little bit safer first. Oh, let me get a shield too. Also, a fun fact with Mila, so most of the characters... Oh, I just lost my shield. Most of the characters, when they get a shield, the shield has 2 hits before it goes away. With Mila, the shields have 3 hits, because she's all about them shields. So that's cool. Okay, so if I make a block, and then I press my... Oh! Okay, I missed the thing. Whoops. If I make a block, and then I press the shield button, I get a much bigger shield, and then I let go of it, and it shoots a big old laser. Boom! Okay. So let me try. Create block. And boom! Nice. Alright. Also, I think I can, like... There's something they said about... Oh, okay. It gives me a little bit of recoil, so I can actually use that to get a tiny bit of height. It does restrict my movement a little bit when I am holding a block, but I think I need to be just, like, using blocks a lot more. I think that's how I need to be playing this. Oh, that's... Well, that wasn't good. I just went in a circle, but it meant that I got that, thing that I wanted so much, that, token for the bonus stage. Alright, so let's make this. So by combining block and shield, you get super block shield. And that's cool. It just slows you down to hold on to this block like this. I was doing this expecting there to be enemies around here, but there was not. Okay. Alright, getting the hang of this a little. Ow, ow, ow. Okay. Did not have the right hang of it. Problem is, it takes some time to set up, so... So I have... Oh, I was not ready for you, boss. Okay, alright, alright. Can I aim upward? Yes, I can. Cool. Okay, this also gives me some more reliable range, which is nice. So, okay, I think this can work. I think we can get some work out of this. We just need to aim our diagonals properly. Let's run up here, because I know there's some more health up here. I'm of two minds about how the special moves in this work, because the game doesn't explain a lot of these moves that you can... It doesn't explain the controls at all. But I think that's okay. The downside of it is that you have to either... Oh, wow. I killed that pretty fast. That did not take a lot of hits of my super shield. Alright. I'm getting lives because lives matter now. So the downside is that there could be a lot of moves that you don't know you have, like that super shield, because I wasn't, like, playing around with the controls or anything, so I didn't realize I could do that. But on the other hand, it's nice to not have a tutorial. Like, it's kind of... Tutorials aren't automatically bad. It's just sometimes they can be kind of overbearing and, like, slow you down so much. The best kind of tutorials are either ones that are skippable, so that... Or easily, like, page through or whatever, so that if you know what you're doing, you don't need to look at them. But, like, they don't need to slow you down. Or, I like tutorials a lot where, like, a level can be designed to act as a tutorial, even though it's also gameplay. There's also, you know, I can think of a lot of, like, funny tutorials. One of my favorite, like, learning how to do something of all times is in Portal 2, when Wheatley wakes you up and is saying that you might have brain damage. And he says, okay, well, why don't you talk to me? Say apple, and the prompt has, like, a space bar that says press space to speak. But the space bar doesn't make you speak, it just makes you jump. So, you press space and you jump. It's funnier in context than me explaining it. The key to any joke is for me to explain the joke, but that's just a really funny way to simultaneously teach you something and also... What? Okay, but where is the way ahead? It's not this way. Great, once again I got a, I got an invulnerability power-up that was at a place where I couldn't use it for very long. Alright. Boom! So... Yeah, I'm trying to think of other ones, like, Mega Man X teaches you really well just, like, through design, you know? There's been a million step-by-step explanations of the first level of Mega Man X, and it's true, it is just, like, a really good example. Mega Man games in general are just, like, really good at introducing mechanics and getting you to figure them out. Same with Mario games, actually. Usually when there's a new kind of stage hazard in either of those games, they, like, appear in an environment where it's kind of safe to figure out what they do, and then throughout the level they get more complicated. There we go. Okay. There's another shield up there, but I already have a shield, and shields don't stack, so we'll just stick with this one. Okay, so if we... Yeah, we used it to gain air. That was cool. Alright, fire stop. Good. And I guess we're going down here now. Yeah, I don't know. If you can think of a really good game tutorial that I'm not thinking of, let me know. Okay. The shield did not protect me from a missile, so I got brutally bombarded by a ballistic bomb. Alright. Alright, shoot your missiles. Yes! Okay. Alright, so those I can deflect, which is cool. Oh wait, I shouldn't have gone down there. Okay, you see what I mean? Like, can you understand why I thought I was supposed to drop down there, though? I'm losing lives. I shouldn't be losing this many lives. That's bad. Oh, did my shield also just, like, hurt you on contact? Also, I don't know why I took damage there, then. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really thinking about it when I dropped down there, to be fair. But, yeah, especially for, like, just an action, speed, fast-paced game like this, though, it is okay for it not to have a tutorial. Even, like, button prompts on the screen to tell me how to do the moves somehow would feel a little bit out of place in this. I really like Celeste's tutorial stage because it's just so quick and expedited, and, like, within a minute, you already know all the mechanics you need, which is jump and climb and dash, and, like, the way it presents dash to you, you, like, get it. It, like, tells you how to dash at a point where you think you're going to fall to your death. Like, it does the, like, bridge thing, so it also kind of makes it a bit of a, like, memorable moment. Undertale kind of has a tutorial that makes fun of tutorials. With a character named Toriel. The biggest problem with that tutorial is that, well, it's annoying and it's kind of made to be because it was like Toby Fox kind of making fun of how hand-holdy tutorials can be in some games. And I can respect that. I can respect the joke that he was making there. There's just, they do that same kind of joke later with Alphys. And I respect why they do that with Alphys then, too, because that's actually kind of like a neat character thing, and it's kind of video game commentary and stuff. Just having two different parts of the game like that, where you're just, like, getting railroaded through everything with no challenge is rather annoying. Yeah, just, like, Hotland. Hotland is easily the worst part of the game, but, like, I get it, and I kind of, like it. So, here's the thing. I play a lot of indie games where, like, some indie developer had, like, a kind of, like, artistic vision. And I was thinking about, while playing Xenoblade Chronicles, which I really enjoyed. That's a, AAA publisher, or at least a AA publisher. That's, like, a non-independent publisher making a big old RPG that's system-focused and stuff. Oh, I don't think I've ever fought... No, I fought you before. Get down here. Oh, okay. Bombs. Crystal bombs. Okay, let's try and float up here. Alright. Oh, okay, too much ice. I mean, too much crystal, too much air. We gotta get up here first. There we go. Okay, and it goes along the walls, too. Shoot. Sorry, I'll get back to what I was saying in a second. I just kind of need to focus on this enemy. Let's get up here, and... There we go. Alright, so if you're patient and methodical, you can do a lot of damage fairly quickly. You get, like, less attacks per second than Lilac, but they can do a lot of damage, I suppose. Okay, so don't go over there. Get this health. That's so much health for a character who does not get a lot of health. Alright, and we're gonna get back here and we're gonna fight Dale. Okay, so what I was thinking about was how in Xenoblade Chronicles, without getting too spoilery, you know, it's all about the Monado, it's all about Shulk's super magic awesome sword. And once you get it pretty early in the game, alright, cool. I just gotta figure out how to... Did Dale do this many, like, jumps through the stage before? I don't remember if he did. Alright. So there are more attacks that I can make now. Cool. Alright, watch out for the lasers. Alright, this is pretty neat though. I like this attack a lot. I need to get smarter about how and when I use it, but... Oh no, 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 no! There's a part, like, 2/3 through the game where, for reasons, you lose the Monado. And, you know, when you first... Before you had the Monado, you didn't have the power to see into the future, or a lot of the special moves that Shulk has, which you get once you get the Monado, because it makes it a point to kind of say, like, yeah, Shulk's not special. It's not that Shulk's this great of a fighter. It's probably just the magic sword that he has. Watch out. Oh. Stupid moving platform moved me out of position. Okay. And so I'm doing a terrible job explaining this thought because I'm getting distracted by what I'm doing. So you lose the Monado eventually, and then you get control of Shulk again, but you still have... So in the story, they're talking about how, like, oh no, Shulk's, like, all down on himself. He's like, no, I can't. I've never been able to do anything without the Monado. It was the Monado's power that made me so great, not me. And it doesn't really work because you still have all of Shulk's special moves. Like, you can still see into the future. You can still use all of the, like, Monado arts. And Shulk will even still say in battle, like, this is the power of the Monado! Like, they did not put a lot of effort into making the Monado feel absent. It's just in cutscenes, he's like, oh no, we lost the Monado, what are we gonna do? Because I guess, like, in these AAA games that are so much about their systems, they don't like doing things that, like, change the rules like that. Because, you know, like... Because they're like, oh yeah, consistency is so important. It's like, you know, how Josh Scorcher used to have his, like, catchphrase where he'd go, consistency, please. It's like that. Though I don't think consistency is always the most important thing. Especially in art. There's a lot of art to inconsistency. Though consistency is kind of an important thing in games. Generally, in games, you want the rules and the mechanics to be the same throughout. So if the game suddenly works differently now than it did before, or in this case, if you had a character that could do one thing, but now it can't, but it could, like, make a really big artistic statement. So that's something that Undertale and a lot of other indie games do a lot. Shoot. No! No, God! Where they'll do something that'll break the rules or create a new layer for, like, fighting Papyrus, and he turns you blue, and suddenly the game's a platformer. Or, like, all the characters that, like, attack you, like, outside... Fighting Sans, when Sans decides he's not going to give you any turns. Or how he's going to attack you while you're, like, choosing your next move, even. And that's, like, it's a meta thing, but it also, like... I don't know, we're having save points that turn out to be enemies in disguise and things like that. And there's other indie games that do stuff like that, too. It's not just Undertale, it's a lot of... And that's just such a thing that, like, a AAA game wouldn't do, where sometimes it would benefit the story. So, like, with Xenoblade Chronicles, I think it would be really good if they did... Like, they should have taken away the Monado. I do not like how the platforms float around a little bit. It makes it... I just gotta get more distance when it's doing that. I'm sorry. Telling my stupid story. If I just focused, I'd have killed this thing already. So, when I look at something like Hotland, and it's like, oh wow, this is really, like, not fun, sometimes a game doesn't need to be fun. And I know that seems oxymoronic, because as a game, strictly calling it a game, you know, it should be fun all the time. But, like, as an art form, like, art isn't always fun, right? Like, sometimes art is sad, or sometimes it's just really emotionally challenging, or sometimes it's perfectly boring. I was not ready for you to do that move. Screw you. I think of, like, there's a movie called Blue. At least I think that's what it's called. It is a very, very independent film. And the movie the entire time is just a blue screen with narration on it. But it was made by a person to explore their feelings while they were going blind. So the entire point of it is that it takes a visual medium and it completely refuses to use visual elements besides the color blue to really make you feel like you've lost something. And it's not, like, exciting to look at, but in a way it's powerful. So, yeah, I think Xenoblade Chronicles, at that point in the story, should have taken the Monado away from Shulk. And then later, when it, like, turns out that the power of the Monado was, you know, inside him all along, then they can give you back all those powers from the Monado. But, you know, having, like, you're using, like, a backup sword that's just, like, effectively the Monado just kind of cheapens the loss they're supposed to be. And there's even a scene at one point where you're fighting a boss, and the boss is like, ha, you can't beat me without the Monado, and Shulk's like, you're right. And, like, all the other characters need to give him, like, a big pep talk of, like, you can do it, Shulk, you're the real hero pawn. During that moment, I was like, yeah, I know, because I still had all of the powers. It hadn't actually leveled me down. And leveling me down or taking my powers away wouldn't be strictly fun, but it would be impactful. I mean, you have, like, in, like, Metroid Prime or what's it called? Symphony of the Night, where it takes your powers away. I'm still getting the hang of this. And, like, people still like it. They're annoyed that you get your powers taken away at the beginning, but, like, everybody would still agree that that's a fun game. And the fact that you get your powers taken away is something, like, really memorable about it, because sometimes the best... I think to be, like, a full experience, there needs to be some things also that, like, aren't just pure power trip, you know? That aren't just purely there for your convenience. You need a little bit of struggle, you need a little bit of inconvenience in your games and in your art. Okay. Yeah, that's the wind attack. Alright. Yeah, we need to focus. We need to focus on this stupid peacock. Alright, and jump. Jump. Alright, and you're probably gonna come do a laser attack? Yeah, you are. Alright, we're not going to take the health pickup yet. Alright, he's doing his tornado. I'm far enough away from the edge that I'm safe to... Oh! Alright, that's not when I wanted to use that, but okay. Don't do your laser again. Don't do it. Alright. Okay. Even though I'm on the platform, that was a safe spot. That was far enough away from the laser grid that it worked out. Oh, I forgot about the recoil, though. How many attempts freaking was this? This should not... It did not take me this long with any of the other characters. I can see how Mila can actually be really good. I still don't have the hang of it, though.
You will face justice. Surrender.
Because, like, aiming the big old laser is still kind of annoying. I guess, though, I don't need to, like, always use the laser. I guess that's a lesson I can take from this here. Is that I can use regular attacks, too. But there I should have used the shield. Freaking... No, this still sucks. This still sucks. And by that I mean I still suck. But it sucks how much I suck at this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying. I really am. Alright, come over here. Good. And... Okay, so just remember the recoil on that you don't... Oh, I even did successfully reflect it, but it was so close that it also still hit my hitbox. Okay, alright, come on out, come on out.
You will face justice. Surrender.
How, that was not in my hitbox. Screw you, man. There's not enough time to think, and it's not like it would be nice if, like, if I was angling my shield up, if it would, like, redirect the projectile upward a little bit. It's often in a place where I can't really hit him again. Especially when he's got this, like, feather weak point thing going on. Ah! Alright, jump. Jump. Do it a fourth time. Jump. Oh, come on. Okay. So maybe I really should just use my regular shield attack for taking out... Yeah. And save the lasers... Save the big lasers for when I can actually do damage. Because that's the part that actually matters in this as far as how much damage I do. Okay, saw that coming. And wind, okay, alright. Don't shoot the laser yet. Taking out feathers, taking out feathers. Oh, okay. I wasn't ready for you to be swinging through quite yet. Alright, I don't think you're gonna go into the laser array move. Oh, you did. Okay. That was faster than I was expecting. And wind attack again. It's weird because the way the action lines are going in that, it looks like it should be sucking you in. But it's not. And jump. And jump. I always expect there to be more time before his first flyby attack. Okay, cool. And come over here. Oh no, you're using wind. You're using wind. Okay. Alright, watch out for the blue. And let's make this block again. Boom! Alright, we got it. I'm sorry that took like 20 minutes, but we got it. We killed him. Man, I was even planning on doing another stage this episode too, but this boss took me so long.
Yay! I'm a super dog.
Oh boy. Okay, Mila is a super dog. Yeah, so that's just my thing that, like, a criticism or a line people use in art criticism a lot of, like, either nobody asked for this. Well, one, it's not their job to necessarily give people exactly what they're asking for. Some of the greatest games of all time were things that, like, nobody knew that they wanted. Like, nobody knew that they wanted a cel-shaded, cartoony Legend of Zelda, but Wind Waker is pretty great. Or, like,
Things have been pretty crazy
you know,
so
just
far, huh?
there's plenty of surprising games. Nobody knew they wanted, like, BioShock Infinite. It's not what anybody
Why have you
asked
been away from
for,
your
but
parents?
it's something that, like,
I'm not
an
sure.
artist came up
It
with,
feels like a really
and it
long
was a really good
time.
idea. But the other
You've been
thing
alone
is,
in the
like,
woods
when
ever
somebody's,
since?
like,
Yeah.
here's a thing in a game, and they're
This
like,
doesn't sound
how is
very
this fun?
good.
Why would it be in the game? It's not
kind of
fun.
impressive.
But sometimes,
I wouldn't survive a day without my treehouse.
like, sometimes, even though something's not fun, it can be deep, or it can be
When
interesting.
this is all over,
Think of, like, the ladder in Metal Gear Solid 3. Like, that's such a memorable moment. Or,
You mean a play date?
like,
something like that.
games that are really
Try out
beloved,
some
like Star Fox
dresses,
64 has,
maybe
like,
buy a
Slippy, who's
few
really
things,
annoying,
sushi, and
or
just hang
Yoshi's
out.
Island has Baby Mario, who's
What
really
about
annoying.
Carrot?
But those games are still beloved, even though there's an annoying
like
element
getting
to
her to
it,
put a
because that
dress on.
annoying thing gave them,
Sure.
made it more
like
memorable.
that.
They have, like, more of a, like, textured mix of emotions about their play experience, and that made it more memorable, and all around, then they remember it more fondly, you know? Yeah, so this is just super confused rambling I'm making right now.
Prince Dale took the stone.
We need to
Why don't we
speak to
get a
the
playable
master
gong? He doesn't have any weapons except a big old shield.
He deserves to know.
I want to see him, like, be able to do, like, rolling attacks with that or be able to block things, but we already have a shield character. Mila's the shield character. Top 10 shield wielders.
1,000
It's coming
degrees,
someday.
Your Magister.
Alright, so I'm the Comic Foil.
Understanding that Shui Gong
Sorry
is
this
now in
airstrike
possession
level
of
took
King's
so long, but I will be back
exactly
next
great.
time and I'll keep practicing
Someone
my
else
Mila
had it.
skills. In the meantime, let me know below if there's any video game tutorials that, like, really stand out to you as being well done, or if there's any games that you feel like without a tutorial manage to teach you the mechanics or the controls really well, like Mega Man X does.
Have your scientists
I can think of
examine.
lots of examples, just not off the top of my head right now. Yeah, let me know that in the comments, because I'm interested to have a discussion about it. Alright, I'll see you next time for some more Freedom
Theory you
Planet!
have of a man from another world sounds highly suspicious at best.
Suspicious at best. Alright, remember that. That's where we're leaving off.